Okay, here's notes number 8 for geometry. We're going to be finding the perimeter, circumference, and area of various figures. Make sure you put your name, date, and period on your notes. And then our essential question is, how do you find the perimeter and area of a figure? Well, this perimeter and area depends on what figure it is you actually have. So if I have a square or a rectangle, we're looking at our perimeter being 4 times the side and the area being the side squared. If we have a rectangle, the perimeter will be twice the length and the width added together, and the area would be length times width. If you're dealing with a triangle, your perimeter is to add all sides, the A, the B, and the C. When you look at your triangle, they'll have like an A, a B, and a C. The area is 1/2 base times height. Now this base would be the bottom, the height would actually be the center of how tall it is. If you're dealing with the circle, remember the line in the center is called the radius. The pi, make sure for pi you use the pi button on your calculator. We do not use 3.14 in 9th grade and up. We must always use the pi button. And then remember the D represents the diameter all the way across for this representation of the circumference. Circumference typically I will use is 2 pi r, where the area is pi r squared. Alright, on example 1 they want us to find the area and the perimeter. Well, remember, a perimeter of any shape, whether it is a square or a circle or a triangle, is the distance around the figure. So my perimeter, I'm going to put a P equals, and since this is a square, I know it is 4 times S. So if the left side is 3, the top is 3, the side is 3, and the bottom is 3, all the way around is going to be 3. And I know it's a square because it has little congruent marks all the way around. So I can do 3 times 4, or I can do 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. That tells me my perimeter is 12 inches. Now the area they have up here is S squared. Realize it could also be length times width. It does not matter because 3 squared is going to equal 9, and if I do 3 times 3, that's the same thing as saying squared, length times width. It's the same formula. So my area is going to be 9 inches, and because it's area, that means this is squared. There are my 2 answers to this problem. If I look at example 2, we're dealing with circumference. Your circumference formula is 2 pi r, and your area formula is pi r squared. They're very, very similar, and you got to be careful you know which one's which. The 4 represents the r in the problem. So when I fill in the circumference, I'm going to do 2 times pi times 4. So when I go to the calculator, okay, I want to type in a 2, and then I want the pi button. The pi button is located right here on the caret. It's right above it. It's in blue, so that means you have to hit second and the caret, which gives you your pi symbol. And then I have 4 as my radius. So I'm going to push enter, and it gives me this long decimal. 25. And since they don't tell me units, we're going to round to the nearest tenth if they don't tell you. Okay, so that means this is going to be 25.1 meters for my circumference. Make sure you have a C in front indicating what it is. On the area formula, I'm going to use the same numbers, but here I have the pi and the 4 is being squared. So when I go to my calculator, I'm going to do the pi, which is second caret, and then I'm going to do a 4 with a square in that fashion and push enter, which will be 50.3. And this is meters, and since it's dealing with area, that means it is squared area. And there's your 2 answers for circles. Alright, on example 3, this one's working backwards. It says the base of the triangle is 10. Well, that's the one it's sitting on, so here is my base. And then it says the area is equal to 300 feet squared. And then we're looking for the height. That's our mystery. Well, if I'm looking at this, my formula for a triangle is 1/2 BH. Now, typically, I'm going to write this as BH divided by 2. It's just easier to do the math for it. If I fill in my values, I know my area was 30. The base was 10. And I was looking for the H. 10 divided by 2 is now 5. If I divide both sides by 5, I find out that the height was 6. So to write it correctly, I have the height is 6 feet on my problem. Okay, on the back of your paper you have your independent practice problems doing the same thing. So find the perimeter area of each figure. On number 1 and 2, number 3 you're dealing with a circle. And then on 4 they give you a triangle with all sides. Realize the 6, it has a right angle in the side, so this represents your height and this is your base already given to you. And then number 5 is like the last example I just did. They give you the base and they tell you the area and you're asked to find the height of the triangle. Alright, so work your problems. Make sure you answer your summary off of your essential question, and then we'll check it in class.